Gus is off. Her name is Gus. She is a 4-year-old Australian Kelpie with her handler Jess. She's working on getting her ducks back together and getting them listening. Our goal when we work dogs is that they keep their stock together. And you can tell these ducks are fast. They're excited to be out on the turf. So it's Gus's job to get things settled down. So Jess is working on that to get her dog listening and getting everything settled. Gus is a trial dog in addition to a useful chore dog. You can see it takes a lot of self-control, and Jess has a lot of commands on her dog to get her to settle and steady up. You can see that one little hen quacking back at Gus saying, hey, don't put pressure on me. You can see her bobbing her little head. So that's how Jess knows that her dog needs to slow down and settle. And you can see from when they started, now her dog has them in a better group and is slowing things down. Gus can work sheep, ducks, cattle. She's a useful chore dog. She can be sent to go gather a couple hundred head. She just got her when she was almost a year and has been training her ever since. A lot of this is natural instinct. She was bred to do this job, but a huge part of it is teamwork and getting the dog to be able to listen to you. She has a stand on this dog. Some of our dogs have a lie down. Some of them have a stand or a sit. It just depends on the dog. So she's calling her dog off.
We're done with the demos because it's 2 o'clock. That means it's time for awards. So if I can have all.
So our dogs have to be able to call off anytime we ask them that they need to stop working. Good. You can see that she puts the pressure on, steadies up, and then takes the pressure off when needed to get these ducks to slow down. These are called Indian runner ducks. They're upright breed of ducks, and they're fast moving, and it can be exciting to the dogs, especially in a loud environment. So there's a lot of self-control happening with the dogs. Jess is working on this dog's championship, and she'll probably get it this summer. She's got one more competition she needs to do to be able to become a champion. So there's one hen in this group that doesn't like the others. Maybe her friends are back in the other group, so the dog has to work hard to keep that duck with the other group. And that's like how it is in real farm life. Sometimes the stock just don't want to do what we need them to do, whether it's getting them into a trailer or moving them from pasture to pasture. Our dogs have to be able to rate themselves and adjust to whatever's in front of them, not just the perfect type of stock. This is Gus' 4th year doing demos with us. She loves herding sheep, and she's quite a powerful dog on cows as well. She's got quite a presence. Jess is calling her off. The stock stick that Jess is carrying is to help give the dog information. So sometimes we block an entrance and the dog has to listen to that and flip the other direction. That hen's sassy. That dog's really having to work hard to get her listening. So Jess is giving her dog flanks as well as a walk-up command. So she flanks meaning go right or left, which is away or come by. And then we do a walk-up, a stop. So these dogs have to be able to understand each of our commands quite well and under a lot of pressure and quickly as well, especially if you're doing trials You need your dog to be able to take a lot of commands very quickly so that you can navigate through the obstacles. A good farm dog can do the job of multiple people. They're very, very useful, and they can get into places that people can't, and they can do some of the more dangerous stuff with ease. Dogs were naturally bred to do this, the people weren't, so it comes naturally, and the dogs give less stress to the stock when we work them with well-trained working dogs. Jess is navigating through the cactuses over there. We teach all herding breeds at Cherry Hill Training Center, south of Rochester, New York. We have lots of dogs that come from the city and come up to train for the weekend to learn how to be useful farm dogs and trial dogs. All right, we're going to switch dogs. Next up is a Aussie. He is 6 years old. His name is Smack, and his handler's name is Morgan. In 2024, Smack was awarded Most Versatile Aussie at his Breed Nationals, which is a prestigious award that he worked really hard for. Morgan has been working Smack for a few years now. She's got a championship on him. He's completed all the high levels of sheep, duck, cattle. And at home, Morgan raises ducks, and he works their goats. You can see that Smack has a bit of a different style than the other dogs. Smack is more of a show line Aussie, so he hasn't been bred to specifically do herding for a few generations. But he loves his mom so much, so he's willing to do anything that she asks. And he's very happy, and he's got a lot of razzle-dazzle when he does things. Oh. We love Smack because he's a little goofy, and he makes us all laugh. He's got a lot of character. Smack also competes in agility, rally. So we're just working on making sure that those ducks don't split, and then we're going to change out the ducks and give these guys a break. So you can see Morgan's communicating with her stop stick with the dog as well. It's just a little extra communication so that they can see, because they can't really hear us out right now. There's a lot going on. So Morgan's going to pen these ducks, give them a break, and then we're going to bring out another dog and a different set of ducks. So you can see Morgan touched her gate, and Smack knew that what she wanted, and that's what we want in a good chore dog, is them to be able to just read off of body cues what we're doing next. another set of ducks. And then we're gonna have our youngest dog. Tomorrow is her birthday. Her name is Pants. She's a working bred Australian Shepherd. So this is Pants' first demo. And so it's a great experience for her, so you'll be able to see how we work through a young dog and getting them comfortable in this environment and getting them feeling good about working here. So both of Pants' parents are champions for herding. They both work my farm, and they can work sheep, ducks, cattle, anything you put in front of them. So Pants comes from a long line of nicely bred working dogs, and so she's going to have a long career ahead of her, and she's just starting out. So Jess is just getting her comfortable, moving around, listening, showing her that she just wants her to push on the ducks a little bit. Good girl, Pants. Good girl. It's been a long day for a puppy dog. Good girl. Pants is starting to open up and get more comfortable. Looking out the crowd saying, "Hi guys, do you see how wonderful I am?" Good girl. Sidelines too. So if the dogs don't hold the pressure, then the ducks feel the pressure of the people and they turn away from that as well. So our next dog is going to be a fully trained older dog to be able to see how they progress through being a young dog to an older dog, well trained. We call him our seasoned dog. He's a champion and he's been working all his life. So he prefers to work sheep, but if ducks are in front of him, he'll work them too. So she's starting to engage more, and that's what we like to see. She's getting a little bit more comfortable. Her handler's doing a good job of making sure that she feels good about herself and wants to do the job. Because that's really important for us, is dogs that want to show up and work and are working for their handler nicely. Good girl. Whoop. And then we'll see if she can fix her mistake, and she did. Good girl. When we have our dogs, if they split the stock, we want them to put it back together and fix it. Ideally, we don't want them to split, but it happens. And then we want them to put the stock back together on their own without them being told to. Again, this is Pants with her handler, Jess. And it's Pants' birthday tomorrow, so be tuned. Good girl. Good job, Pants. put the feed out without getting trampled by a couple hundred sheep. Good girl. Jess is going to send her dog around one last time, make sure she's happy, and this is her first demonstration on a high note, so that next time she does a demo, that she loves it even more, she feels good about it. Good girl, Leanne. Good girl. Even though she's young, we still have lots of rules for them. They can never be mean to the livestock. So she's prancing around happy, but she's had lots of rules put on her about how she can move them and how she can work. Because we never want the dogs just running the stock and coming in here and yeehawing. We want nice, calm control as much as possible. All right, we're going to switch dogs.
The next dog we're going to put in is an 8-year-old Australian Kelpie. His name is Jinx. All right. Jinx has his working trial championship, meaning he's proven his proficiency on ducks, sheep, and cattle. Just like the other dogs we've talked about, his most essential job is helping us around the farm. Whatever chores need to be done, when we have lambs, he's an honest guy to send out to make sure that those sheep are nice and calm with their new babies. We're in the middle of lambing season now, so as we were loading up our ducks, we had a couple new arrivals, and we expected Jinx to transition pretty effortlessly between pristine trial skills and much calmer, more purposeful and instinctive work with the ewes and their lambs. In case the hat didn't give it away, he's a really fun guy to work with. He's up for pretty much anything we ask of him. He also keeps an agility and I believe some obedience. All of the dogs you've seen here today were bred for slightly different purposes. The work is very similar, but the intent's a little bit different. So our first Kelpie who came out was bred mostly to work cattle and to have the versatility and gentleness for sheep and the patience for ducks. Jinx was bred primarily to work sheep, but as I already stated, he excels no matter what the stock type. Although all of these dogs are incredibly instinctive with the stock, it's a multi-year training process to get them to a place of chore and trial reliability. Jinx is what we would call a strong-eyed dog. So you can see he got really crouched and he's actually using the movement of his eyes to impact the stock just as much as the movement of his body. Our dogs get to know our stock just as much as we get to know one another. So the ducks are behaving a little differently because, believe it or not, there aren't normally this many people when we do chores. So they're all kind of taking in the audience and they're all behaving a little bit differently, and so the dogs are responding accordingly. As you can tell, nothing really distracts him from the job, even one eye covered. Herding as a tradition dates back to about 8,000 BC as we transition from a hunter-gatherer culture into a more agriculturally based one. It was noticed that some dogs would hunt more forwardly to capture prey and some would try and capture motion more than the animals themselves. And so all of the breeds you see here today were purposefully selected for to complete those different jobs. Patience is absolutely essential when it comes especially to working ducks. Wherever those ducks are looking is probably where they're headed. They're very honest little creatures. But you might notice at different times they're all looking different directions. So it's important that Jinx gives them a second so that they can figure out where they want to go. That little hen has some attitude today. As the most seasoned of our crew here today, you can see Amanda can stand very far off, and little motions of her stock stick and little body posture changes tell Jinx a lot about where she wants the stock. Looks like we're headed to that corner obstacle, and you can see Jinx kind of has their number now. He's hanging a little bit further back. He's given them some time to think about their options and decide to go where he's asking them to. We're very cognizant of the duck's role and the sheep's role in our day-to-day lives. It's our responsibility as good dog handlers and trainers and stock owners to make sure that the ducks and the sheep have the best experience they can. A nice, calm interaction with the dogs. A well-trained dog can be one of the lowest stress ways to move livestock where they need to go. Jinx's preferred stock type is absolutely the sheep. For anyone who was with us this morning, the first thing he did was look around in the high hopes that we had snuck some sheep in the back of the truck on the way here. But he's willing to work whatever's in front of him. There are two primary ways that the dogs move livestock. So you can see when Jinx is pointing his shoulders and he's looking straight at those ducks, we call that driving. So that means he's pushing that stock under Amanda's direction, wherever she would like, and often away from her. Then when he turns away from that stock, so she right there, his shoulders turn and he commits to getting around them, that's called a flank. We use a combination of flanks and drives to get the stock wherever they need to be or out of wherever they shouldn't be. Beautiful work, Jinx. All right, we're going to put these ducks back in the pen and give them a little bit of a break.
So what we want in fifth place is we can run our scrambled eggs, so that can stay here. In fourth place,
Penning or moving the ducks from one spot to another, whether it's a pasture or a pen as small as this, is one of the first tasks we really like to teach our chore dogs. It's one of the most essential things that they can help us with. Patience is key. Those ducks are looking in that pen and saying, there is no pool in here. No thank you. Little do they know that's up next. But it's Jinx's job to keep them nice and calm while they make that decision to go in. Good boy. All right, Smack's gonna come back in. Smack and Jinx are really nice examples side by side of the different styles of herding dogs, where Jinx was really low and he was really, kind of creepy crawly, really eyed up on his stock. Smack is much more upright. He uses the position of his body to move the stock. These are Smack's personal ducks. So he knows them very well, and they know him very well. The stock have just as big personalities as any of our dogs, so you'll see that one white and gray hen is much more inclined to turn off and say to the dog, "No, thank you. I'm not interested in doing this right now." The dogs know to just be patient with her. Her personality is good. It keeps everything fun. Good. All right, we're setting up for those cactus weaves. Oh, beautifully done, buddy. Nice job. So you can see neither style of work is more effective or more preferential than the other. It just depends the job you're doing.
In second place, regular long, some rough competition. And in first place, regular long, that's so bad.
Beautifully done, Smack. Good job. All right, I think these ducks, Smack's going to put them back together for us, and we're going to pop them back in the pen. They have been wonderful participants today, and I think they're ready for their pool. This is one of Smack's chief jobs at his own farm, but oh, beautifully done, buddy. Well done.
Thank you, everyone. Again, we are Cherry Hill Training Center.